It's impossible to feel lost if you reach these small goals because you're literally moving in the right direction. So we're coming to the end of the year, and looking back at where I was at the beginning of this year, I was feeling really, really lost. I was overweight. I was working for a company that was very quickly going bankrupt and not being paid for the work that I was doing. And I was spending all of my free time playing video games. Now, fast forward to the end of the year, and I'm now in the best shape I've ever been in. I'm working for a new company that I find really interesting. And I've started this YouTube channel, releasing new videos each week. And looking back, I think that there are three main things that I've done this year that have helped me get my life back on track. So I thought that I'd share these with you in this video because you never know, it may help you with your journey. So, step number one is I really tried to stop comparing myself to other people. Now, I'm 31 years old, and I feel like I've already achieved quite a lot in my life. I'm quite proud of what I've done. But as soon as you go on YouTube or Instagram, you're bombarded with stories of 21-year-olds with multi-million-dollar companies, flying around in private jets, Lamborghinis in the garage. And it makes you feel crap, really. It makes you feel like you've wasted your time, that it's too late, that there's no point trying to improve because you'll never be as good as them. And it goes without saying that these thoughts are extremely damaging, especially the one of not even trying, right? If you give up before you even start, then you're never going to get better. But after limiting the amount of time I spent on social media and really trying not to compare myself to others, I came to a new realization that everyone starts this journey at a different time, everyone progresses at a different rate, and therefore it doesn't make sense to compare yourself to other people. It's not logical. But what does make sense is to compare yourself to yourself. Am I better than I was 6 months ago? Am I now one step closer to my goal? This type of comparison is the only logical one that you can make. And I've put this as point number one because I really think that this is the foundation, and without this mindset, everything else just becomes too difficult. Point number two is I set myself very clear goals. Now, literally the definition of being lost is not knowing where you're going, right? But having very clear goals, it gives you that direction, it gives you that destination to aim towards. Now, for me, as corny as this may sound, my goal is to become a 1% man, a term that's very easily thrown around the internet at the moment. And although I don't agree with a few of the topics that are brought up in that community, I do want to maximize my wealth, maximize my health, and build strong, loving relationships. Now, you may have a completely separate goal, and that's absolutely fine. I think the key here is to find a goal that you can get behind and a goal that you'll stick with even when things get tough. Now, something that really helped me this year was taking this big goal and breaking it down into smaller goals. So I'm not going to be a millionaire with the perfect body in 1 month, right? But I can break down that goal, and maybe in the first month I have the goal to lose 1 kilogram of weight, right, just to get started. Having these smaller goals is great because when you achieve these small goals, it makes you feel really good. It makes you feel like you're one step closer to the final end goal. And this keeps you going. It's impossible to feel lost if you reach these small goals because you're literally moving in the right direction. Now, before we get to step number 3, I'm always trying to improve these videos. So if you have any feedback, positive or negative, please let me know. It's your feedback that will help me continue to improve this channel. Thank you. And point number 3 is to get serious about time. If you're getting into self-improvement a little bit later than most people, like I am, then time is extremely important. I'm actually going to be releasing a video next about maximizing your productivity. So if this is something that you think will be interesting, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. So I like to think about time as a sinking ship. So imagine Pirates of the Caribbean, there's the bit where Johnny Depp is in that little rowing boat and it's sinking. If you don't do anything to maximize your time, that ship is going to sink pretty quickly. But if you can take some steps to maximize your time, become more efficient, then basically you're plugging holes and the ship is going to sink slower. Now, perhaps a strange analogy, but that's the way I like to think about it. By maximizing your time, you actually give yourself the chance to achieve those goals. So there we go. Those are the 3 things that I think have really helped me this year get my life back on track. And they're things that you can do daily and also things you can do in a sequence, right? You stop comparing yourself to others so that you have a clear headspace. Then you can set yourself goals and then you can maximize your time to achieve those goals. So that's what's worked for me. I hope it works even better for you and that you have a transformational 2024. Best of luck. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you in the next video.